Master Marks, and I'm coming back with another motherfucking goddamn live video. And today's video is simply titled, Tony Khan is a bad businessman. He's not a good businessman. He doesn't make good business fucking decisions. Shout out to the AEW pack smokers, of course. Shout out to the motherfucking Master Marks militia. Shout out to all the motherfuckers in the live comment section and in the comment section. Make sure y'all motherfuckers get y'all AEW pack ready for this shit today. And also, make sure y'all like, subscribe, share, and turn your motherfucking notifications on so you can know when each video drops. And I know a while back y'all was talking about like some kind of donations and shit like that. I got a Venmo that I'm going to post on here. If y'all want to donate, y'all can. If y'all don't, I don't give a fuck. It is what it is. It's all gravy with me. Now let's get into the fucking video. Tony Khan is simply a bad businessman. He's terrible. He's not a good businessman. Tony Khan, his company, right? It has so many fucking problems. And there are more problems that are coming. The whole shit with Andrade and Sammy Guevara, if those are real things, if that's a real beef, that's a big issue. Because what happens tonight if Andrade swings on Sammy Guevara tonight at Dynamite? What happens? That would be within a month. Within a month, multiple people in your company are actively fighting. There are so many egos backstage in AEW, and it is all Tony Khan's fault because he is a fucking terrible businessman. He has no concept of being a good businessman. Common sense would tell Tony Khan after a while, if I have all of these egos inside of my company, I need to get rid of some of these fucking people because some of these people are just not going to work. Tony Khan, you cannot have everybody in your company. I know you thought because Vince and everybody from WWE kept letting guys go and you kept signing them. Now you have a dilemma. You have a big dilemma, and this is what shows you that Tony Khan is not a good businessman. First thing, and then this is something that King Mike, I know y'all, King Mike's World, make sure y'all subscribe to King Mike's World as well. This is something he brought up. Tony Khan is a bad businessman simply because he's dropping the bag. You own two different wrestling companies. Those are two different checks. Why are you not pushing them as two separate wrestling companies? You have a big enough roster to fill two separate companies. You have a big enough roster. Get rid of that stupid TBS championship and that TNT championship and send the people who are those champions to ROH. You're dropping the bag. That's how we know he's a bad businessman. Because no matter if the XFL failed or not, Vince still used the XFL as the XFL, and it created revenue, but not a lot of revenue. And I don't know how much Vince owned in the XFL, to be honest with you. I know he probably had a portion or something like that. But those were two separate entities when it came to WWE and XFL. The reason why I feel Tony Khan is really just a terrible fucking businessman is because he just does not have the knowledge to do proper business. He doesn't have the knowledge. He looks at being a wrestling company owner from the aspect of being a fucking fan of wrestling. So you may start off as a fan of wrestling, but when you come into the business portion of wrestling, You have to do more than act like a teenage girl fangirl. You have to. You have to. Like, we get it. There's perks of being in AEW. You get to say absolutely whatever the fuck you want. You get to be around your consistent cat. Your consistent cat is always around. You don't have to work out, right? That's a good thing, right? Is that a good thing? You don't have to have any talent. You could be a life jobber. Those are the perks of being with AEW. And Tony Khan, as a businessman, he has to realize that enough is enough. The fun and games are over. It's time to finally make business decisions to make your brand or your company worth something. Because right now, AEW is not even competing halfway with WWE. They get a little bit of revenue, but they're not getting enough revenue to be a big boss in the wrestling business. That's because Tony Khan doesn't know how to build stars. Tony Khan doesn't know how to push stars. And Tony Khan doesn't know what the fuck a star is. The only person Tony Khan really gives a fuck about are jobbers. Those are the persons that he care about, are jobbers. He's a terrible businessman. He's had opportunity after opportunity to make his company into something that is something, and he refuses to do it. Why you keep signing people? You don't need Bandito. You don't need Rush. You don't need Page. You don't need none of these fucking life jobbers that you keep signing, because they're not going to make your business more successful. I've been telling you this shit for fucking months. Almost a fucking whole year. Tony Khan, it's time to step up as a businessman. You're supposed to be a businessman. You're supposed to be a big boss. Right now, you acting like a security guard that work at the fucking company. Just excited to be there. Excited to be there. At some point in time, Tony Khan, wrestling to you has to be more than just doing cocaine and screaming. It has to be more than that, Tony Khan. You have to really realize what needs to fucking happen for your business to be successful. And the main thing that needs to happen is you need to get rid of life jobbers. You need to get rid of people who don't want to be there. You need to get rid of people who don't have fucking talent. You need to get rid of people who are cancerous inside of your fucking company. Tony Khan, to be a better businessman, you have to actually take the job serious. You can't just take everything as laughs and jokes. If the shit with Andrade and Sammy Guevara is real and not a fucking storyline, you need to take that shit serious. Because there's a possibility that Andrade might put his hands on fucking Sammy Guevara. You see what happened with CMPUNK in the Skeet League? The Skeet League. Them motherfuckers is gone. They suspended. Who gives a fuck about that anyways? The TV is still garbage with them on it, with them off of it. It don't fucking matter. They suspended. Tony Khan, you have to wake the fuck up. There's no reason why you off that much cocaine and you ain't fucking woke up yet. It is time for you as a owner of a company, a wrestling company, to take the shit serious. Because if you don't, you're always going to be known as a terrible businessman. Always making terrible decisions. Tweeting. Putting out messages. Screaming at the end of the shows. That is not what a boss does, Tony Khan. A businessman and a boss doesn't have to be seen 24/7. The only reason why Vince McMahon was seen 24/7 is because he was a character in the show. Tony Khan, you're not a character in the show. You have no charisma. You're a fucking nerd. You're a fucking loser. You're a fucking life jobber. Yes, you have money, but you're still a life jobber. You don't look like a businessman. You look like a fucker that's been on coke for fucking months. Back to back to back. and you don't take any responsibility for your mistakes as a company owner. And it's time, Tony Khan, if you're ever going to be successful in this fucking business, you need to start taking responsibility for the fact that your company is in the shitter. And that's just the facts. Tony Khan, your company is almost dead. So either you strap your motherfucking nuts up like I told you yesterday, put a fucking suit on and start making some business decisions, or you gonna need to buy a lot of motherfucking career caskets. The AEW tombstone will be in the fucking ground. So the choice is yours, fucking baloney Khan. Figure it out. Because right now you are embarrassing the wrestling business and you are embarrassing yourself as a businessman. This has been Master Marks. Make sure you leave a like, subscribe. Tell us if you hate us. Tell us if you love us. Tell us if you fuck with Tony Khan. Tell us if you think Tony Khan is a bad businessman. Make sure you motherfucking turn that notification bell on and ring that bitch the fuck up so you know when we motherfucking post a video. At the end of the day, Tony Khan is not a good businessman. He's fucking terrible. Fuck AEW. Fuck Tony Khan. I'm out this bitch.